Today, I take over Besiktas after they sacked Oli. So, I've played the first season and we have come third in the league. I do admit we could have done better, but unfortunately, some circumstances such as injuries and just defeats held us back. Especially, we lost twice to Galatasaray, which did not help us. We've gotten into the Europa League. We were also in the playoffs to the Conference League, but I lost those as well, which, to be honest, it is quite embarrassing and I probably should be sacked, but we've still got a second season. So this next season I will be able to choose the players, because obviously this season I couldn't sign anyone because I had no budget. So some stats to quickly run over. Tammy Abraham, 24 goals for us this season, not too bad. Oxlade Chamberlain, obviously in real life he left, but this time I have left him in for this season. 14 goals, 7 assists. Semi Kiloski, 12 goals, 8 assists. Very, very good. Orkun Kokcu, who's actually joining us on a permanent next season, 12 goals, 11 assists, double digits in both departments. Joao Mario, 10 goals, 10 assists. Very, very, very good. David Jurasek has gotten the most assists, 13 assists. I might try and sign him on a permanent if he does want to join. So we've had a look over all of the stats. Let's get on to the next season. Okay, we've had a season to forget. I do not know what happened. We scored the goals, but it just didn't go our way at all. First of all, let me talk you through the transfers. Obviously, Kokchu joined on a permanent, 25 million. I only had 9 million left over to work with, but I'm gonna try not to blame the money. So the first player I signed is Dennis Dragus for the bench, and he ended up being very, very good. 11 goals, 5 assists. I signed Jaden Owusu Oduro from Alkmaar on loan, and I think that was my mistake. 61 goals conceded and 32 in the Europa League. 101 goals conceded all season. Suleiman Gunes also for the bench as an emergency backup, just needed a striker, so brought him in just in case. Yasin Özkan for left back. I couldn't secure Jurasek, so I had to get Yasin Özkan, and he was kind of mid. And then I signed Juan Jesus on loan with an option to buy. I've triggered the buy option. We may as well take him. It's only $1 million. Anyways, we've looked through the signings. Let's have a look at some goals and assists now. So, top scorer, Ernest Muki, 12 goals in the league, 6 in the Europa League, and 5 in the Turkish Cup. 23 overall all season, and 8 assists. Rashika, 15 goals. Dennis Dragus, 14 goals. Joao Mario, 13 goals. Kokchu, 13 assists, 5 goals. Very good. Joao Mario, 8 assists. Svensson, 8 assists. And Ernest Muki, 8 assists. So we were definitely scoring the goals, but the defense looked leaky, so that's something I'm gonna have to work on next season. I do have a budget of 19 million and 130k wage budget. We might be able to sell some players as well in order to raise more money and sign some better players. So let me get on to the next season and I'll check back after. Okay, season 3, and I'm not sure what's going on. We cannot beat Fenerbahce or Galatasaray, and it's by a really big margin. I mean, 13 points, but it's still a very big margin for a club like Besiktas. Now, let me go through some signings. So obviously, we signed Juan Jesus on a permanent 1 million. I mean, he is a good player. He did spend most of this season on the bench. I had a lot of the backline rotating because I signed some players, obviously. Signed Eduardo Quaresma, who I actually just threw straight in to the starting 11. Signed him for only 5 million from Sporting. Signed a new goalkeeper, Alexander Schlager, for 2 million. I mean, I think he was good, but maybe 58 conceded is not as good. I am going to try and play him as a regular goalkeeper next season. I'm going to tweak the formation a little bit. The second defender I signed is Sebastian Baselli. He can play centre back and right back as well, and then obviously left back sometimes as well. I think he did very, very well in his first season. 3 goals, 3 assists as a centre back is not too bad. Now, one of the big signings was Fermin Lopez, who for some reason he wasn't getting game time at Barcelona, so I was able to get him for only 8 million. And owner Bullet joined us as a backup right back as well. He did a decent job off the bench. So, third place, I mean, it's European football. I hope we can improve on this next season. Top goal scorer Ernest Muki, and then very close behind him, Semi Kiloxi. 26 and 23 goals. Very, very good. Semi is only 20 years old, but there is a few clubs interested in him. I mean, Barcelona's interested in him right now, so he might be leaving next season. I hope he doesn't though. And Ernest Muki, the Albanian 25-year-old, 23 goals in the league. Top assister Orkun Kokcu, 13 assists. Oxlade-Chamberlain, 10 assists and 8 goals. Not too bad. And Udokai with 8 assists as well. Overall, very, very good from the team when it comes to scoring goals. So, we've gone through some stats. On to Season 4. We have done it. We have won the league with Besiktas after the reign of Oli. And we have done it in quite the style. It might not reflect on the points, but we have done it in style, in my opinion. So, we've obviously become champions, 78 points, but we were only 1 point ahead of other teams, which was very close, but we have done it. But look at the amount of goals we've scored. 108 goals in the league. We did concede 39 though, which was a bit much, but we have won the league, which means we've also completed the challenge. Unfortunately, we got knocked out of the Europa League in the quarterfinals to Manchester United, 5-2 on aggregate. I feel like we could have done a bit better. Right, let's go over some transfers. First of all, Kokcu has left for a fee of 50 million euro to join Bayern, and he's had a very good season over in Germany. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain left after we couldn't agree a new contract. Sebastian Baselli went to Trabzonspor on loan for the reason I will get to in a second. So the reason Baselli left is because we signed Jose Marsa, and in my opinion it was a good decision because Baselli wasn't really playing as well as he should have for us, and Jose Marsa has done that for us. And we just couldn't register all of our players because we exceeded the amount of foreign players. Okay, we signed Erkan Yardmiki from Başakşehir for the bench, and off the bench he has been fantastic for us. 14 goals, 7 assists. Obviously he did start a few times, but mostly off the bench. Very, very good signing. Dunahan Ergul also signed for the bench. He played a big part off the bench as well. Very, very good, very reliable. Right, in my opinion, the signing of the video, Francisco Conceição, and these numbers are crazy. 32 goals, 22 assists. I mean, this guy is crazy. Wow, absolutely ripped up the Turkish league in his first season, and we got him for a steal. 6.25 million from Juventus. He was not playing at all there, which is crazy to me for a player of this quality who just in the league scored 25 goals and 13 assists. 7.6 average rating. Unbelievable. Best signing of the video by far. Obviously, Kokcu left, so we had to sign a midfielder. Mohamed Cham had a good season with Trabzonspor, so I just decided to bring him in. He was very cheap and very, very good for us as well. 9 goals, 9 assists in the league as a midfielder. Overall, very, very good, well-rounded player. We've already gone over Jose Marsa, in my opinion, very good as well. 9.25 million from Mechelen. And I had to find a left back. Now, when you first look at it, you look at his star rating and you're like, not sure. But then when you see the numbers he has put up for us, 4 goals, 22 assists over the course of the season from left back. I mean, it doesn't really get better than this. Fantastic signing once again for 10 million, which is the most expensive player we have signed, but he did come from the Premier League, and I was able to lower his wages to only 40 grand, which in my opinion is pretty good for a player coming from the Premier League. And finally, this is the team that played for the most part of the season. I did change up the formation a little bit. Obviously, the change in formation has helped us a lot. But let's just go through these players one more time. The starting 11, Mustafa Hekimoglu. I mean, he just had a beautiful breakout season. Last season, he was coming on off the bench. He was only 19 years old. But after an injury to Ernest Mucci, which kept him out for the entirety of the season nearly with a broken leg, I decided to give Mustafa a new contract and start him for the rest of the season. And it was a very, very good choice. 27 goals and 6 assists in all competitions. I mean, if he's not going to a top club, I'll be surprised. And the same thing goes for Semi Kiloxoi. Now, he was already wanted by Barcelona, now he's wanted by Arsenal, and if I were to continue this, which I might, he will move on for a lot of money. Now, he didn't have as good of a season as he did last season, but that is also because he was injured for a decent part of it as well. You can see in his appearances he did struggle with injuries. Fermin Lopez, 17 goals, 19 assists. I mean, wow, what a player. I don't know how he didn't get the playtime at Barcelona. How much did we sign him for? 8.25 million. Money well spent, in my opinion. Obviously, Francisco Conceição, best player of the episode in my opinion. Wow. Mohamed Cham, very reliable as well. Al Musrati, been here since the start. Good player in my opinion. Does the job, very, very well rounded and reliable. Larios, I mean, same thing. Marsa, very good, very reliable. Charisma, he's been here for a bit and also reliable. Grew into his role very well, and I expect him to be even better in the future. Here is Jonas Svensson. He's also been here for a very long time. 34 years old now. He is joining Strasbourg. He did not want a new contract, and he had a great season as well. And then Schlager in goal. He had a good season this time. Very, very happy with him. Another highlight I want to make is Dennis Dragus, who is also leaving for Al Fatih. I could not keep on to him. They probably offered him 100 grand a week, which obviously I just can't afford. And after the season he's had, I'm not surprised they want him. 26 goals and 4 assists. He did start a lot of it as well during the obvious injuries. And by the looks of it, Baselli also had a very good season at Trabzonspor. They came third, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they came third. They were obviously 1 point off us. It would have been very, very embarrassing if they had beat us to the league with our loanee. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.